Hi, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is tape number 5 of our Chickadee series, number 6. What I'm going to show you is how to make the holes for the eyes, okay? I did the one side already, and I'm going to show you how to do the other side. All you do is to take a detail knife. You want to take your pencil, and you kind of want to draw where these eyes are going to be. I didn't draw it on this side yet, but what you want to do is kind of just give yourself a little bit of a line here to indicate where you need to cut. Okay, and when I look at that, that looks very close to that, and you can also check from the top if it's the same. It's leaning a little forward, so it needs to go back a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to erase that. We're going to just put it back a little ways, like so. Okay. And normally I do this with a high-speed grinder. If you have one, like a Dremel or something, you can use something like that. Do not use a drill. And the reason you should not use a drill is the fact when it hooks, when you take a drill down into it, the tip of the drill can notch out some of the wood as it goes in if it doesn't get if it's not sharp enough. So do not use a drill, okay? If you have a high-speed grinder, if you're blessed to have one, then I would use something such as that. But what I've been using is just a regular detail knife like this, and I've been just taking it around from the center. I start cutting it out like a little V cut, you know, kind of follow it through. Let me move that over. Make sure your glove is on, and then we take one little piece out. Okay, then we go out and we kind of just work that hole. You want to go in about 1/8 of an inch deep or so. You just want to scoop it out and take your time doing that. Okay, follow your line around, and every so often take your glass eye and see if it will fit down in there. You want it to let it fit and that it sits in a little bit. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to follow that line all the way around. It may have to be bigger, which is okay. Always work from the inside out. Okay, folks? So I'm doing this with a person that does not have the high-speed grinder in mind. Okay, the new people that haven't invested in a Dremel or any kind of high-speed grinder. And I know this takes a little bit of time, but just take your time. Scoop it out. See, it's coming along. Alright, so we just want to dig that out. Hang on just a second. Let me put my glasses on for a second to help me see it a little bit better. Okay. You just want to gently kind of, if you can, go with the grain a little bit. You know, dig it out. Or you can slice it like a cutting motion like I'm doing here, like a little saw. Would be fine. If you make it too deep, you can put a little wood filler in it before you put it in, or a little of that plumber's putty that you went out and got. You know, and kind of just work your way around it. Let's see if no, it's still not big enough. So we're just going to keep digging away at this until we get it wide enough. You know, and the nice thing about the knife, you could just take your time with it. Cut a little bit off at a time. Okay. Let's see if that's big enough now. Yeah, almost there. A little bit on the bottom yet. You kind of distribute it from the top to the bottom. And it's going to sit in a little bit, and that's fine because that plumber's putty is going to go around it anyway. So that's perfectly fine, and then just kind of dig it out a little bit and cut it at the bottom, like so, that you can get some of it out. Okay? Not quite. I thought I had it that time. That's alright. We'll keep at it until we get it. I have a couple minutes yet on this tape, so we'll take our time and do this right so you know exactly how it's done. And keep working it until you get that eye in there. Alright. I'll turn this around. You're going to need some 220 grit paper or higher. when you start sanding this thing. When we get done with this, there we go. There's our eye. Okay, so we're going to put one eye in there and one eye in the other side. And what you're going to do is you're going to clip it about 1/8, maybe 3/8 of an inch. You're going to clip it with a plier, and then you're going to just push it in there like a pin. What I do is I put a little pilot hole with the knife right in the center, like so on both sides. Okay, just to give that a little, because it's not a thumbtack, so it can break off. So when you push this eye in, you're going to clip it and you're going to push it in, and we'll show you that a little bit later. We're still going to do a little bit more carving. And the other thing I want you to do, I'll come back and finish the marks on the body before we sand it, and then when we go to sand it, we'll do the feathering on the back on maybe the next couple. Okay, we'll be back. Bye-bye.